You remember that big bad alpha boy tough guy act? That Jeffrey Epstein story is a big deal. Please do not let that story go. Keep your eye on it. Cutesy time is over! Yo, I then had juice on the hill, big chair, big bad, front row seat to the secrets in the deep state bags, where we knew where the bodies, where the names we all buried, then grifted in the office and cashed out by February. From trust me, I'll tell you everything to trust me, there's nothing there. Timeline got more retarded than Cash's vacant stare. Tough guy, big fruit squeezed out by the Jews, whole brand built on truth till he was faced with the proof. You had the power, had the access, man, you cashed that in. Swap the legacy for shekels like you Mark Levin. All bark, all brand, all gimmick, all grift, all fake, all gay, Bongino looking all bitch.
For my block party, Dan gonna hit ya. Don't ask no questions or Dan gonna get ya. Crying online like a feminist victim. His friends are all pedos, but he ain't no snitch.
For my block party, Dan gonna hit ya. Don't ask no questions or Dan gonna get ya. Taking no prisoners, but throwing mad fits. We the people can see Dan Bongino is a bitch. Roll the clip, new script, same rage in the mug. Sip fear, dick pill, sell hate as a drug. He was ride or die truth till he stepped into office. Then he found no proof to avoid his own coffin. He had keys to the curtain where the demons sleep. Watch their names get redacted while he counted his sheep. We asked Dan, what changed? You feeling okay? You got flop sweat pouring down your lizard face. And now it's podcast tears, they're coming for me. From a dark money studio on a gated street. I guess cutie time is over with one story to tell. The Bongino army waging war for Israel.
For my block party, Dan gonna hit ya. Don't ask no questions or Dan gonna get ya. Crying online like a feminist victim. His friends are all pedos, but he ain't no snitch.
For my block party, Dan gonna hit ya. Don't ask no questions or Dan gonna get ya. Taking no prisoners, but throwing mad fits. We the people can see Dan Bongino is a bitch.
And now you're back down here with the plebs, Danny boy. Play it safe behind the mic like a good little boy. But your skin suit is slipping, your whole grift is only noise. And oh my God, your boomer blocking only brings us all joy. But it's okay, Dan, take a seat and we can show you around. You've been gone a whole year, some things are changing our town. Our current currency is true, so use a broke ass clown. While Dan and Dave are still kings, while the system is still down. God, I love this show. Dan Smarts and Dave Casey are great. Isn't Dan Bongino is a little bitch?
If Dan Bongino.
All lies will be exposed.
Ah, do you smell that? Do you smell that in the air? It's the scent of spring, as all lies are being revealed, and now more than ever, the sons of a bitches are being exposed. Before we get started with our show for today, I want to give a huge shout out to the creators of the song by Robots. It was done by the Dan Smoltz. The System Is Down Descent Media. Want to make sure I give them a proper shout out because I asked them, hey, can I play this song please on my show for tomorrow? And they were like, yeah, sure, give full credit, you know. So there you go. I want to give full credit. So this is them. It's T Sid Pod right there, and then of course there's their other account, Descent Media. So be sure to give them some love there too. Yeah, but follow them, check out their show, check out their program, all that other good jazz and everything else. Because I gotta tell you, when I saw this song, I was like, oh, that's so beautiful. It's magnifique and beautiful. So I'll be sure to post a link once the live stream is done, you know, in the comment section, so that way you guys can find it, follow their tweets, follow their social medias, and all that good stuff, as you should all the time, every time. Because, you know, tomorrow Dan Bongino is supposed to do his show. I mean, at least he said he was going to come back February 2nd. I know he's been posting some stuff here and there, but hey, Dan Bongino, I could have swore you and another guy were saying like there was not so much of the Epstein files. You know, one guy in particular. I just want to call out this person. He talks super fast like this all the time, every time. His name's
the Epstein Files.
The Epstein Files. Ben Shapiro's show from 2025.
There are none. apparently. And again, a lot of people were shocked by this. I'm less shocked by this than some. The reason being, whenever there's this level of speculation without any sort of supporting evidence, it's not a shock to me when all that sort of falls apart. What does this demonstrate? Well, it demonstrates that once a conspiracy theory gets going, it becomes utterly unfalsifiable. Utterly unfalsifiable. And no matter how much evidence is provided, and even if the people you trust are put in charge, it's still even more unfalsifiable. So listen, it's justifiable for people like J.D. Vance, who was the vice presidential candidate at the time before the election, to call for the release of an Epstein list because, frankly, people thought there was an Epstein list.
I had to pause right here. Look at that. Oh, Ben Shapiro. What a stupid, dumb scumbag. All right, look, there are Epstein files. There's Epstein with children. And all of your favorite celebrities are involved in it too. And let me just say this while we let the rest of Benji Boy play along and say that there's no files. Again, this was from 2025. Hold on. Let's let Ben finish his thought, and then I'm going to give you my 2 cents.
However, the evidence suggested there really was not an Epstein list if you were watching this case with any sort of eagle eye. The problem is that when you feed this, at a certain point, it's going to blow back on you when it turns out that you open Al Capone's vault, like Geraldo Rivera, and there's nothing there.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, now here's the thing. I'm young enough to remember when Geraldo Rivera found Al Capone's vault and there was nothing in there. You ain't gonna get the St. Alphonse Capone vault. Only I have access to it. That's right. The big conspiracy is this. I have access to Alphonse Capone's vault of all the liquor, all the gold, and all the good stuff. So there you go. But when Representative Thomas Massie, Ro Khanna, which, by the way, Ro Khanna, show up on Do Dissident's show. I saw the tweets. If you're going to retweet at my boy Keaton, boot up and suit up and go on the show, okay? So there you go. I actually had to tweet out, for my guy Keaton, because, if you're going to be reaching out to my guy, you're going to show up on his show then. That's what you're going to do, okay? All right? That's what's going to happen here. Independent media has to look out for each other. But I'll give credit where credit's due. Thomas Massie, Ro Khanna, and the countless brave, dauntless few victims who were able to step up and courageously call out the Epstein files. The difference between the Geraldo Rivera story and the Epstein story is that there's a lot in that vault. Now, I know there's a lot of videos and imagery of Epstein with him chasing young girls around his kitchen, being inappropriate, and I know there's a lot of photos up there. I will not be sharing those videos and photos due to the fact that my heart and mind can only bear to see so much. And I'm pretty sure if all of you had the courage to check out the Epstein files and see the imagery for yourself, either all the will of God was preventing you from smashing your screen, or either that not trying to vomit, because we are a country that's ruled over by people who willingly partook, protected, or did nothing to stop the most prolific human trafficker in international history. So let's talk about everyone's celebrities, podcasters, musicians, politicians, people of influence. It's all of them. Stop jerking around. Stop screwing around. It's all of them. They all knew. If they did not partake, then they knew, or they heard by proxy. Okay, let's rip this Band-Aid off. Don't feel sorry for them. All right? Let me give you a word of advice about these rich folk, these celebrities, these people of influence. They don't give a damn about you. So why feel sorry for them? They knew and protected a known PDF file. They were friends with him, good friends. And I'm willing to bet somewhere along the line, because again, there's always the innocent sometimes being near a person, and they might get a nudge, an elbow nudge, like, hey, you know about this guy, right? You know what he does? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And they know, and they knew, or heard, but didn't want to look any deeper. Or perhaps they saw some things and didn't say anything. Just like those Diddy parties. See, when the great prophet Cat Williams gave us the words of advice that we shall forever live by,
All lies will be exposed.
then all lies will be exposed. Separate the art from the artist and look at these people, these scumbag people who knew Epstein. He was friends with them. Your favorite politicians were friends with him. They knew him and protected him, and they protected each other. So all the time, anyone saying that we're ruled over by, I don't know what, satanic PDF file cults, well, hey. They might be hitting the nail on the head there. Oh, wait. Oh, it's not only hitting the nail on the head. They built a whole house. Foundation is good. The roofing is good. The piping is good. My goodness, the argument is undeniable. Look at how they twisted and turned themselves to make sure these files would never be released. So what do you owe these rich folk? Maybe, you know, you heard an album that you like, a movie or TV show. Do you really owe it? Owe them undying loyalty when perhaps they could have used their power and influence to actually, controversial statement here, do the right thing? But they can't. They won't. Because they profited and lived and thrived off the system. Hey guys, do you want to time travel for a second? Do you want to time travel? Please, let's time travel. Let's all have some fun with a little bit of a time travel. I want to play something for you guys. Something that I think is very funny. You know? Because this was the first of many celebrities. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Whoa, kid. It's Chris Tucker? Is that Ghislaine Maxwell? What's going on? Hey, what's...
You knew Jeffrey Epstein, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. You know, we flew Bill Clinton and a lot of different well, that was a humanitarian trip to Africa.
Building wells in Africa. Yes. Okay. You went a humanitarian trip, right?
A lot of different well, that was a humanitarian trip to Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And I met him on that trip because it was his plane. I didn't know who plane we was getting on, but it was a whole bunch of dignitary people. We was with a delegation, and yeah, I met him, and you know, you don't know people what they do in their private lives, so yeah.
But tell me this, Chris.
Now maybe you found out later. I mean, come on. Listen. You don't become a celebrity or someone of influence unless you learn or read up on people. I mean, I take my lessons from the great prophet Cat Williams, okay? Remember what he said to Shay? Dr. Nick, I'm calling you out. That interview saved my life. All right? Listen, you viewers and subscribers help save me all the time, every time, okay? I mean that. That interview saved my life. When he sat down with Shay, it's like, hey, listen, I'm going to tell you everything. What did Cat Williams say? I know so much about everyone that I shouldn't know. Why? Because you got to read up on people.
You was on this private plane, and you could tell that it was a private plane because they called it, was it Lolita Express?
Oh yeah, it was a private plane. Yes. Oh yes.
Wait a minute. You didn't never go to that island, did you?
No. I don't know where that thing at.
Cut the music. All right. Cut the music. Cut the damn music. Cut the music. Everyone's laughing. Everyone's smiling. Everyone's joking. Yes, everyone joke. But see, you know, this whole country is compromised. We're compromised because we don't really have a moral leadership, okay? And the people who are in positions of authority don't have that real leadership. So the thing is, what's going to happen next? Well, you know, Pam Bondi, Attorney General Pam Bondi, I saw how you moved super fast giving those subpoenas to Governor Tim Walz and the mayor of Minneapolis and other Democrats in Minnesota. I saw how fast the government was moving super fast to arrest those activists and Don Lemonhead. I mean, you guys moved fast on that one. Woo! I saw how fast this Trump administration flew in to Venezuela and arrested Maduro. Woo! Saw how fast they were moving on that. Why are you dragging your feet on this? I mean, what's taken so long? It's probably because, well, we are compromised. Maybe we are just compromised.
We knew, but now we know. Let's get into the highlights from today's Epstein Files drop. First off, Trump compromised by Israel, and that Jared Kushner is the real brains, quote unquote, behind his administration. You don't say. Speaking of which, it definitely looks like Epstein was Mossad, as you can see here in this cheeky little exchange between him and the former Prime Minister of Israel.
You know, the old joke used to be, it's the CIA. No, it's Mossad. Then the CIA. Don't you feel safe? We need these intelligence services to protect us from terrorism. Really? Listen, I'm going to upset my historian friends. If you are a viewer and subscriber of Hard Lens Media, if you're watching of Hard, this is going to offend you. But even the Praetorian Guard of ancient Rome and their track record of killing emperors has more integrity than what the CIA and Mossad have together. Because at least when the Praetorian Guard was doing things, like, okay, this guy ain't working. Let's go kill him. I'm just saying.
Barack. And Elon Musk, who has gone silent about the files as of late, looks like he was really looking forward to going to the island. And in this very dark document, an Epstein victim alleges that they were raped by President Bush and also saw babies being dismembered. We also got a number of pizza references throughout the files. And how about Bill Gates allegedly begging Jeffrey Epstein for antibiotics to discreetly slip to his then wife Melinda after he had contracted STDs from, you know what, with some Russian hookers. And finally, who the hell was this someone in China in April of 2009 who sent Jeffrey Epstein a torture video that he loved? No, it can't be.
By the way, look, again, there's a lot coming out, and Bill Gates is denying or saying, no, it's not true. Well, I'll never look at him the same again. Because, you know, that divorce thing, that divorce video, or that divorce with Bill Gates and his wife, you know, now I'm wondering more and more, I wonder what's happening behind the scenes. Because how can you be a billionaire? See, I was talking this over with a couple of friends, you know. These rich people, they're not these smart, affluential people that you see the way the media portrays them, like they're smart and they know things. No. Some of them are some of the dumbest people ever. They just got lucky. Or they swindled their way to the top. I mean, raw dog and hookers? I mean, okay, buddy, you see those in the adult movies, but in real life, you know, you get the drippy drip, the Bernie burn, the bumps. I mean, come on. Let's be real here. But, you know, there's a lot of other things here I want to bring up here. Something else I want to bring up, okay? Something else that I think is imperative. Something else that I think is fundamentally important. Because they talked about something that's very, very, very disturbing and disgusting in my book, okay? All right, and I just want to pull this up here. I'm just going to say this in my opinion. And I want to say her name. Now, anyone can say, well, gee, kid, how do you know? How do you know this? But Gabriela, Rico, Jiménez. This video has been going viral all over social media. And I'm just going to say this right here. I believe her. With everything that's going on in this world, everything that's being dumped with the Epstein files, I believe her. I believe that there's real evil out there, folks. True, deadly, real evil. And it's now being exposed to the sunlight in real time. Seems like an episode from The Outer Limits, The Twilight Zone, Black Mirror.
¡Comieron humanos! ¡Asquerosidad! ¡Comieron humanos! Yo estaba enterada de
Disgusting. They ate humans. They ate humans. Who was she? Well, she was a model at the time. And she went on the state, or at least, talking about what was happening. She was a model from Mexico who vanished after making shocking allegations about cannibalism among the global elite way back in 2009. And it's back in public discussion following the release of the Epstein files by the U.S. Department of Justice. The files, unsealed in late January 2026, have reignited online speculation surrounding her disappearance and past claims. The renewed attention comes after documents reference disturbing allegations tied. Hold on, who's calling me? Probably could be my CIA handlers. The renewed attention comes after documents reference disturbing allegations tied to Epstein, prompting many to visit the viral footage of Jiménez's dramatic outburst more than 15 years ago. She also goes on to say, they ate a person. I was unaware. I wanted freedom. Police escorted her away, but she was never seen publicly again after that evening. Reports of constantly stating Jiménez has not been heard of since August 3rd, 2009. Her disappearance, combined with her accusations that members of the global elite were involved in cannibalism, has since become one of the internet's most enduring conspiracy theories. Now, I could see these rich folks doing this. No, I could see them doing it. I mean, come on, folks. Let's look at all these celebrities now. What's being exposed? Back in the 80s and 90s, whenever a celebrity spoke, it's like, this is a wise person speaking. It's called acting. They were acting. Now, thanks to the internet, we find out that most of these people are morons, dumb, out of touch. And their morals, what morals? It wasn't Harvey Weinstein that they all knew about. They knew about the Diddy parties. They knew about Epstein. It's all intertwined. It's all sickening. It's disgusting. What, you think I'm joking here? Look, not too long ago, this man right here, Corey Feldman was ridiculed, made fun of, but he told the truth. Hollywood's number one problem. What was it?
I can tell you that the number one problem in Hollywood was and is and always will be pedophilia. There was a circle of older men, and they all had either their own power or connections to great power that surrounded themselves around this group of kids.
And it's widespread?
Oh, yeah. I was surrounded by them. They were everywhere like vultures.
Yeah. They were everywhere. Kit, that's a conspiracy theory. Kit, you're being crazy. Am I? Am I really? I mean, at this point, everything that's being revealed about Hollywood and these actors, these actresses, these musicians, these politicians. Yeah, I do think that there's some very sick people out there in positions of power that covered up their depravity. I mean, all empires have them. All empires had them. From ancient antiquity all the way up until now. What's the difference? The only difference is we got the technology now to communicate this. So wherever you're at in the world, be it in the USA, red state, blue state, small town, major metropolitan city, or across the ocean. Hello, my international audience. I hope you're able to see me. We're able to talk about this and have a conversation. And be like, maybe the whole world is ruled over by sick PDF file defenders. Oh, makes sense. People disappear. We always hear these stories about these rich families having deep, scandalous, dark, very, very, very bad secrets. So yeah, that model, I believe her screaming that. Now one could say, oh, well, maybe she had a meltdown. Okay, fine. But after everything released in these files, I don't know. I would say my percentage in believing her has gone astronomically up, and still rising up. The amount of celebrities who knew Epstein, musicians who knew Epstein, politicians who knew Epstein. Looking at some of those videos and photos of Epstein's kids, I'm vomiting in my brain right now. And there's people who wrote letters and saying, oh, you're such a good friend. Oh, we love you. Oh, wow, Epstein. Oh, so nice to meet you. They all knew him. And by the way, just to trigger the Democrat and Republican voters, yeah, what's it like knowing that your boy Bill Clinton and Donald Trump not only were friends with each other, but were friends with him? Oh, Bill Clinton and the Clintons are good people. He was a good Democrat. Trump's my guy, man. USA. You know, all that power and influence, you know, they got people who work for them to give them inside information about people that are around them, right? I mean, that's how the rich and politicians play their games. Not once did they lift a finger to stop Epstein. Maybe they ain't the good guys you think they are. Or maybe they're just like, why rock the boat? Why rock the system? They chose inaction, indifference. So if you're going to be voting Democrat or Republican, or if you're going to sit there and talk to me in the face about how great Bill Clinton is and the Democrats, how great Trump is and the Republicans, I'm going to say verbally to fuck off. Just to piss off the great majority of suckers, I mean voters out there that are in the midterms right now. We got to vote Republican. We got to vote Democrat. No, you don't. Why do I care what color shirts the PDF file defenders are going to wear? I'm just saying, folks, you know, I'm hitting the nail on the head. You know, and it's the same thing too with the media. Same thing too with the media. Want to give another shout out to my guy Keaton here real quick. Hey, breaking. Jeffrey Epstein, no longer the least likable person in Epstein files. Nellie Bollis was a New York Times reporter when she swapped talk about her personal life with Epstein. Oh, MAGA curious CBS boss wife busted befriending Epstein. What? No. What? Impossible. What? No. There is no fifth chaos god. What? No. Impossible. Impossible. What? No. Befriending Epstein? Now, wait, who's she married to? That's not who I think it is. Type 1 for Kit. I don't know who that is. Can the internet tell me? Type 2. Is that Barry Weiss? It's Barry Weiss. Come on, Kit. Come on, Kit. This isn't Blue's Clues. My phone's buzzing. I don't know who's trying to reach me. It's the CIA, Kit. You're going too far. It's already out there, baby. We also got, 2 Britannian pounds. There you go. Hey, shout out to my people across the pond. Britannia. Never forget your true Roman name. They need to dig up Epstein Estates and Mar-a-Lago. You know, yeah, they do. How many bodies are buried there? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Oh, Michael Phillip, Toady. Get up, go see the White House counselor. See, we're going to have some fun here today. Again, this is all a sad joke. No, I don't view it as a joke. I call it waking up to reality. Mastermind. Damn, I'm glad they can't reproduce. Mastermind, you are hereby protected. You will not see the White House counselor or go to the subway. You are protected by my hand. You have given a full-on pardon for this entire live stream. As for bad cookies, go to the White House counselor. What I do? What didn't you do, sir? But it's more than that, folks, because we could have been given this warning a long time ago. We probably were given like a heads up, really. You want to know why? Just want to play this.
Like, his films are so different. And he was a weird guy, too. He did like complex mathematics in his spare time.
I just pulled my script from Eyes Wide Shut. I had a script that was from set, and I was reading it over the weekend, and I saw that it has this, I mean, I've known this for a long time, but I started really thinking about it over the weekend. It's missing a narration. It's missing a third-person narration that was originally in the movie. And that's because the movie was recut and changed after his death. And they will deny it. But as a student of Kubrick, I'm watching the movie and I'm like, oh, Kubrick wouldn't do that. Kubrick wouldn't do that either. Kubrick would have trimmed this scene.
I didn't know they recut it after his death.
Okay, so apparently
I think they finished it.
Well, that's the party line.
That's their version.
That's the party line. But I think that they changed the notes, the close-ups, the inserts of the notes. I think those are changed. It's missing a narration. It's definitely missing a narration. A third-person narration, like that scene where he sees the the prostitute who's died. He's at the morgue and he's looking at her and he's like leaning over her. It's a bed for narration. There's this whole thing. What they do instead, because they couldn't say that Kubrick finished the movie because they hadn't done the recording of the narrator yet. And so maybe they just kind of kludged it together, except there's an entire thread that's kind of been squashed in that film. And that's the two men that are throughout the movie that are constantly in the background of the film. Who
Yes, pay close attention because that's the real ending to this. Nicole Kidman. Oh, God, man. I hated her character in the movie too, but I won't watch this movie again. You seriously, anybody? I'm gonna be that smug prick, you know, and say like, you got to pay me some money to actually watch this again without me getting visually upset, man. I mean, like, I ain't watching this for free, okay? No.
eventually, in the final shots of the film, you see like Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman in that final scene in the toy store when she's looking at the Rosemary's Baby bassinet, which is totally Kubrick saying something, and they never take their eyes off their daughter until the moment they take their eyes off and the final line of the movie is coming up. You see those two guys walking off with the daughter. They're taking her away. They've given their daughter to the pedo cult. That's what's happened at the end of the movie. And there's an incident where when they first screened the movie in England, people who were outside, this is all secondhand, by the way. There were people who were outside of the theater who could hear inside of the theater Kubrick yelling at all the executives and saying, "It's my movie, you can't cut it."
Yes, Freddie G. And the daughter looks back, just so you guys know. Sorry, I don't mean to rewind it. There.
The final line of the movie is coming up. You see those two guys walking off with the daughter.
Because Tom Cruise's character saw too much. In order for them to live, they give away their daughter. Just want to pause here for a second, but life is very strange. Reality hits hard, and when the stream is done, remember, something like that probably did happen, some iteration form, many a time. You think I'm joking? Do I look like I'm joking? Absolute joker never laughs and tells no jokes.
Pedo cult. That's what's happened at the end of the movie. And there's an incident where when they first screened the movie in England, people who were outside, this is all secondhand, by the way. There were people who were outside of the theater who could hear inside of the theater Kubrick yelling at all the executives and saying, "It's my movie, you can't cut it. You can't fucking cut my film, blah, 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 blah." Big argument going on. Then he dies like 4 days later.
Oh, Jesus.
Now, I want to just acknowledge a few things here, because now let's talk about some of the celebrities. You saw how I mentioned Chris Tucker. You understand the words coming out of my mouth? I mean, like, look, everyone, get over yourself. Because I've been seeing some people have some meltdowns. Like, I can't believe Jay-Z, this actor, that actor, all these people. I can't believe it. How did this happen? Why did this happen? I didn't know they did that. I mean, you don't owe these celebrities anything, okay? Just because they make you laugh, just because a musician hits hard, like, yeah, All right, 5x5, 5x5. Can you guys hear me? 5x5, 5x5. Please let me know if you can hear me. 5x5. Hello, 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 hello. Can I get a 5x5? Can I get a 5x5 from my people? Real quick here. 25, 5x5. Tired of lies. Yeah, I don't know what the hell just happened. Okay, well, we're still back. Tell people we're still back. Tell people we're still here. There you go. But continuing on, before I was rudely interrupted by I don't know what, because something or someone wanted to screw around with me, but I was talking about celebrities. And I guess, oh no, the triggering of my favorite celebrity, Bill Gates knows. Anyone else getting a freeze? Sorry about that if you guys. Is it really you, Kit? Guys, there's only one way you know it's the real Kit. Okay. Pants. Because there's one thing. All right, there's one thing you need to know. Hold on. Don't you dare. Don't you dare talk about celebrities, Kit. You got handled by the handler. NSA, CIA, FBI. And why not Mossad, right? And Jenny. You know what, Jenny? You got a full-on pardon. Looks like, no pun intended, you twerked your way out of this one. Celebrities are faking it. All right, so let's talk about the celebrities. Let's talk about these celebrities because people are so upset that Jay-Z and other musicians and actors are all, I don't know, involved in the Epstein files, which, by the way, I just want to point out. Just want to point out here, okay? Because our numbers were going up, and then as soon as there was a tech error, they started going down. I see you, YouTube. I see you. I see all of you. I see you. But speaking of this, while we're still here, just want to pull this up here. Want to pull this up here on the Easy Street. Let's get this up here. There you go. Trying to screw around with me. What's wrong with you? Epstein referred to Harvey Lin, founder of TMZ, as his good friend. Look at that. Look at that. Don't worry, it's not happening again. We're still here. Even if there is some delays there. If there is, don't worry. Don't worry, we're still here. Glitchy. It's glitchy. Well, who are we ever talking about? Let's see. Let me make sure streamer settings are still good here too. Viewer activity and streamer health. Everything says that it's healthy and fine. Okay, look at that. Harvey. Cyborg voice. Well, I'll still stay on for as long as I can, folks. Don't worry. We're not ending the show anytime soon. But then again, here. Let's see. We got Jay-Z, Harvey Weinstein, Pusha T mentioned in latest latest Epstein file release, saying it so. The Department of Justice on Friday released 3 million documents for the Jeffrey Epstein files, along with 2,000 videos and roughly 180,000 images. The latest batch include mention of celebrities like Jay-Z, Pusha T, and Harvey Weinstein. You know, somewhere out there, 50 Cent is smiling. Somewhere out there, 50 Cent is smiling. Continuing on, mentions of the trio did not come from Epstein's personal records, nor reports corroborated by law enforcement. The two rappers and disgraced Hollywood mogul were named in a tip to the FBI, which was archived as part of the Epstein investigation. The tip itself, does not imply these individuals were investigated, nor does it in any way imply guilt for accusations opposed. According to the FBI crisis intake report, including in the latest Epstein release, an anonymous victim who claimed she had been drugged and abused in several instances throughout the years by Pusha T was one of her handlers. Also in the report, the victim said she once woke up in a room with Weinstein and Jay-Z with her. Oh, God, that is so... Ooh. The report also stated because the victim was drugged in both scenarios, her memory was clouded. Reps for Jay-Z and Pusha T did not immediately respond to Variety's request for comment. By the way, I know this is gaining a lot of attention. Hey, New York City, I want to give a shout out to my guys, to my New York City people, Larry Sharp, Michael Voss, Jose Vega, Keaton Russell. Your mayor seems to have a little bit of a quandary here. And I thought my mayor was bad. Director Mia Nair, the mother of New York Mayor Zohran Mamdani, was also found in the new release. She was mentioned in an email from publicist Peggy Siegel to Epstein. Siegel wrote that she saw Nair at an after party for the 2009 film Amelia, which Nair directed. The email implies no wrongdoing or investigation. But they all know each other. Can you believe it? Zohran Mamdani running on that populist message. I know what it's like to work hard. I will fight for New York City. Who's your mama? Marinere? Who your daddy? Oh, New York City. Listen. Things are going to get funny. Anyways, a rep for Nair did not immediately respond to Variety's request for comment. Oh, hey, listen, Zohran Mamdani, how your mama know Epstein?
There's no vindication for me because for 4 years, I've been screaming, not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters. And the victim-making machine kept going on.
Jay-Z has been notable by his silence since these charges were brought against Diddy. Why do you think that is?
Because that's what he does. He starts little fires everywhere, forces everyone involved to go and carry water while he sneaks away without a response. That changes now, Sean.
As it should all the time, every time. And I just find it interesting that that they're all together, that they're all friends, they're all families. They all know each other in some form or another. All these files are being released. I mean, come on. If they're all interconnected and all intertwined, I mean, does it not surprise you that these people are doing everything they can to now try and fix their image? Bill Gates responds to Epstein's claim he caught an STD from Russian girls, Russian ladies of the night. Which, by the way, look, gents, do not be like Bill Gates. Don't be the fool, rap the tool, all right? Bill Gates has firmly denied the absolutely absurd and completely false claims that he made by deceased serial abuser Jeffrey Epstein that he may have caught a sexually transmitted disease from Russian girls. Newsweek reached out to Bill Gates and Melinda Gates Foundation via email for comment. The U.S. Department of Justice has now posted more than 3 million pages, 180,000 images, and 2,000 videos tied to the Epstein investigation, okay? And so these files show all these high-profile people. Look, there's Bill Gates. All right, they dismissed the latest allegations of the absurd claims of the STD that he caught. The files include 2 draft emails dated July 18, 2013, written from Epstein's own email address back to the same account, with no indication they were ever sent to Gitz or received them. Neither message is signed, and no email belonging to Gitz appeared in the material. One draft takes the form of a resignation letter from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, alleging that medication had been procured for Gates to deal with the consequences of sex with Russian girls. The other begins, Dear Bill, and accuses Gates of ending a friendship while repeating lurid claims that he concealed a STD infection, including allegedly from his then-wife, Melinda. Bill Gates' spokesperson told the BBC allegations come from a proven disgruntled liar and reiterated that they are absolutely absurd and completely false. We want a test. Show us the test. Small little violins are playing for Bill Gates right now. The spokesperson added the files merely reflect Epstein's frustration at not having an ongoing relationship with Gates and the lengths he would go to entrap and defame. I don't know, man. You celebrities play a whole other ball game altogether. I mean, they all know each other. They all play the game. Let's talk a little more about it.
And that's what the crazy thing about the Epstein leaks today. The one email
and we're here
that said that Bill Gates wanted to get from him antibiotics to give to Melinda because he got syphilis or he got something. The clap, chlamydia, whatever he got. He got some sort of an STD from a prostitute.
Do you think if she could have the choice between getting what did she get, $50 billion, or not getting the syphilis? Which
whatever she got. I bet it wasn't syphilis. It was probably the clap. It was probably chlamydia or something like that.
That's no big deal.
But if who knows if that's true, though? Here's the thing. Like, Epstein clearly was some sort of a blackmailer. And this is...
He was the blackmailer, okay? He was the guy who was doing that kind of stuff. This isn't he was. No, he is the guy. He was the guy, the dude who knew everything. I mean, my goodness. What other way to break this down than by looking at all the crazy coping and seizing from everyone who's part of the MAGA circle, or you said part of the top 1%, because don't worry, MAGA, I'm going to get to your guy Trump very soon, the piece de resistance, because again, folks, Trump has also been named in the files. Trump has also been named in the files, all right, because he knew Epstein. He was friends with him, and so, yes, he did kick Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago, but I mean, who cares? I mean, you still knew. Again, maybe I'm being a little bit aggressive here. Maybe I'm being too mean here. But you have to have some reasonable pushback where these rich folks, you had to have known. I don't want to hear like, oh, I didn't know. And there might be some people who will legitimately be like, I never knew this. All right? But for the vast majority of y'all, you don't get to hide like that. You don't get to play that stupid game. Not with me. All right? Not with any of us here, especially during this wonderful midterm election cycle, okay? And by the way, listen, maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe I'm incorrect here. But this thing aged like pure gold, because we need to have some humor here before we get to the Trump stuff, because the story's not done yet. But we should laugh a little bit. We should laugh a little bit. Have some humor in our lives.
I'd like to start by thanking you both for opting for mediation with your divorce settlement.
Bill and Melinda?
I know with estates this large, there can be some pretty tricky and complex assets at play.
We've always done our best to stay grounded.
Yeah, I expect Melinda and I will come to an equitable agreement. Very good. Okay, so jumping right into it, Melinda's estate requests $70 billion in the Gates Coca-Cola stocks. Well, John, I seem to have gotten divorced without a prenup, so I guess that means she deserves $70 billion.
Get a prenup. I don't feel sorry for these rich folks.
Why don't we just save us all the time and headache and just move right on to the non-liquid assets? How about that, John? Let me just flip to those. Bill's estate requests the family dogs Oreo and Nilla.
Only if Bill can accept my counteroffer, item 4.
Item 4, Melinda's estate requests custody of the pack of Taiwanese ladyboys. Is that right? And I suppose you'll take over feeding them too. Or driving them to the doctors when they get sick or need bigger breasts. Mr. Gates, Melinda is entitled to half of the Gates estate.
Half, Bill.
Well, seeing as you seem to know what's best for my whores, why don't you just take them all and get them out of my hair? Come on, Jimbo, hey! Big old Go on, take them, Melinda. Take them away from me.
Thank you, Bill.
I want one of her ovaries.
What?
Half, right?
I fucked the Mole King. He rode me, Bill.
What? Pierre?
It's true, Bill. I'm sorry. But we have 3 more pups on the way. Finally, man and mole shall become one.
Oh my god. Well, you heard her, right? This is infidelity. Does that mean I don't lose half my money?
No.
Oh.
Hey, have to add in some humor here because now the next stuff is going to be a whole bunch of gaslighting. The next stuff's going to be a whole bunch of crap where, the establishment is just screwing us up the wazoo, right? Because let's talk about being gaslit. Let's talk about our wonderful politicians. Let's talk about MAGA and the Trump administration because, hey, here's U.S. Deputy AG Todd Blanche saying there's still no one to investigate in the Epstein files. Still no one? No one? No one? No one?
You said this is the end of the Epstein.
And by the way, people are saying 80% of that's probably true. Yeah, probably so. The Mole King, though, hey, I hope you find love, man.
Of your review of the Epstein files. So just to clarify, is the public going to learn the identities of the men who abused the girls with the information that you're releasing? And if not, why not? And then I have a quick follow-up.
I mean, you just baked in an assumption into your question that I have never said and I don't know to be true. Is the public going to learn about men that abuse these girls? Like, what does that mean? I mean, I don't understand what that means.
Well, I mean, they're the men who abused the young women through Epstein's.
Look, we said in July, and it remains as true today as it was in July. If we had information, we meaning the Department of Justice, about men who abused women, we would prosecute them, right? We talked about the work that we're doing. That's why I said that. I said this earlier. There's this built-in assumption that somehow there's this hidden tranche of information of men that we know about that we're covering up or that we're choosing not to prosecute. That is not the case. I don't know whether there are men out there that abuse these women. If we learn about information and evidence that allows us to prosecute them, you better believe we will. But I don't think that the public or you all are going to uncover men within the Epstein files that abuse women, unfortunately.
Yeah. This smooth brain genius had the audacity to say, apparently went on to say this. Apparently, Massey and others wrote a letter to come and review unredacted materials. I didn't get that letter yet. They leaked it to the press before they actually sent it to me. But yeah, that's absolutely totally fine. We have nothing to hide. That was said by Todd Blanche, right? Now, I have before me a tweet from Easy Street, Friday, January 30th. We sent the letter Friday. They sent it. Subject, Representative Ro Khanna and Representative Thomas Massey letter request to review the Epstein files. So they sent it to you, homie. I mean, that's not how emails and the internet works, okay? All right, that's not how it works, honey child. You can't don't be stupid. All right? Like even boomers know this.
There are a small number of documents, as I said on Friday, that we're waiting for a judge to say we're allowed to release because of a protect.
By the way, they keep saying women to refer to underage girls who cannot consent. Correct?
Order, but this review is over. I mean, we reviewed over 6 million pieces of paper, thousands of videos, tens of thousands of images, and which is what the statute required us to do. You know, it's interesting. Leadership on the Hill, Congressman Massey, Senator Schumer are quick to complain. There is no way they have spent any time looking at the materials we produce, because I know the materials we produce them on Friday. By Saturday, they're already complaining about what we did. And by the way, apparently Massey and others wrote a letter to come and review unredacted materials. I didn't get that letter yet. They leaked it to the press before they actually sent it to me. But yeah, that's absolutely totally fine. We have nothing to hide. We have nothing to hide. We never did. And our doors are open if they want to come and review any of the materials that we produced.
Well, listen. All right. You know, I think you might have triggered Representative Massey here, but we sent the letter Friday, January 30th, 5:13 p.m., 2026. So they sent it to you. They sent it to you. Okay? And here's more of this douchebag.
Wrote, quote, "What matters is not the release of some subset of Epstein files, but rather the prosecution of those who committed heinous crimes with Epstein. When there is at least one arrest, some justice will have been done. If not, this is all performative, nothing but a distractive."
Okay. Elon, kind of mentioned in the files too, just throwing it out there, but whatever. Hey, speaking of files, don't think I forgot you, MAGA, because I have to address this. I got to rip this Band-Aid off before we continue with our good friend, the Attorney General. I like to talk about time travel on this show. Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. Remember these douchebags? Remember these people? Remember these people? Remember them? They had the files and they're like, woohoo! Woohoo! And man, don't you dare any of you tweet out. You scumbags. Jumping up and down on the White House lawn with stuff that was already available that was really nothing. Remember that? I do. Here's a little bit more of manga. Here's Mark Levin. You know that guy? This douchebag here.
We can't waste our time on Epstein and other stuff that are going on here that some people want us to focus on. I've about had it with all that stuff. We better focus on who we are, what we're doing, where we want to take the country, and what they want to do to the country. Mr. Speaker, God bless you, my friend. I appreciate.
Oh, Mr. Speaker, God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.
Distraction. Is the Department of Justice considering bringing any additional charges here?
Well, look, I can't talk about any investigations, but I will say the following, which is that in July, the Department of Justice said that we had reviewed the files, the quote Epstein files, and there was nothing in there that allowed us to prosecute anybody. We then released over 3.5 million pieces of paper, which the entire world can look at now and see if we got it wrong. And so it's not performative, and I respectfully disagree with that statement. We were ordered to do so by Congress and then by the President of the United States, and that's what we did. And
wrote, quote, "What matters."
Isn't that fascinating? But hold on. All of this stuff from these MAGA people, from these diehard Trump supporters, going to bat for their boy Trump. I mean, look, you guys got to eat a lot of crow here, all right? I mean, most notably, somebody do a little vibe check on none other than our little good friend, Dan Bongino, okay? Dan Bongino, who's supposed to be doing his show sometime soon, right? I mean, Dan Bongino, you going to do anything, buddy? Amigo? Friend? Here's from the Hodgins. Y'all remember when Dan Bongino told us there was no Epstein list and to shut up about it? Why were you protecting those PDF files, Dan? Dan Bongino. I mean, is he going to say anything? Is he going to do anything? Is he going to speak out? I mean, is Dan Bongino being a little B? Okay, because just so you guys know, here's his little thing, pin tweet. It's been quite a year. So much to talk about when I return to the podcast live on Rumble, February 2nd at 10 a.m. Eastern. 10 a.m. Eastern. Oh, okay. Let's see. What did Dan Bongino tweet out? First Lady Melania Trump. Okay. By the way, how apropos is it that her documentary comes out and then the Epstein files get listed? First frozen iguana sighting of the morning. Is that a selfie, or did that iguana try and play pretend dead when it saw you? Today is February 1st, 2026, and Donald Trump is still president of the United States. Man, you keep on writing that like it means something. Guess who's back? Dan Bongino Show returns Monday at 10 a.m. Oh, I hope the live stream chat just drags him through the dirt, man. That'd be so funny. I mean, come on, anyone want to talk about it? I want to give a shout out to one of my viewers right here. Let's not forget that Dan Bongino knows who was on the Epstein files. He knows the names. He knows the people's names. He knows the men who was effing and murdering and torturing, eating children. Every time Dan Burrito texts this stupid shite, I'm going to remind his followers every time. Sick F. Ugh. Notori Lee, you will always be in my heart. Always. One of the dauntless few. Dan Bongino, come on. Say what's going on with the people? Come on, say their names. Say it again. And, it just shows just how petty the Trump administration is, because his name is mentioned in the files more than once. It's right. In fact, a couple of times here, and I just want to point this out here, within hours of the Epstein file release, a super PAC funded by Israeli first billionaires Miriam Alderson, Paul Singer, and John Paulson, who himself appears in Epstein's Black Book, bought another $800,000 of TV ads against me. I'll still win, but if I lose, it was worth it. Absolutely. Because evil must be opposed. Evil must be exposed. All these scumbag people need to be exposed, because we're going to get to Trump. Hang on.
Decades. That is wrong. Do not let the Senate muck this bill up. And if you're a party to that in the Senate, you are part of this cover-up that we are trying to expose. I am sorry if one of your billionaire donors is going to get embarrassed because he went to Rape Island. That is what they have coming. In fact, they need to be on the other side of bars, a lot of them. Some of them will be embarrassed, but some of them need to go to prison, and the survivors know that. So how will we know if this bill has been successful? We will know when there are men, rich men in handcuffs being perp-walked to the jail. And until then, this is still a cover-up. Decades. That is wrong.
Now, look. I also want to bring back a person back from the dead, because I'm going to bring back another person back from the dead too. But, hey, I got the powers of resurrection, because everything is going to be exposed here. All lies will be exposed. Say it again, Cat Williams. Say it again.
All lies will be exposed.
We're going to be learning more about this as the names continue to get dropped and released. And I also want to give a shout out to everyone that's watching us live to boost up the algorithm and rhyme and to stand against any kind of censorship delays or tech errors. Hit the like button and comment and share. That's what keeps us alive, unfortunately, because who knows how long we're going to be allowed to speak, as our corporate oligarchs are being exposed for demonic entities that even make the Warhammer 40K entities enrage because of just how disgusting real life truly is. Back from the dead. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
When I went on the run in Belize, I had friends in the U.S. Embassy in Belize. I knew what was coming down. I'm not stupid. I had arranged with the head of security. I was going to come in. He said, "Sir, we have it from the highest authority. We are not to allow you entry into the U.S. Embassy." Understand me. Who was the highest authority of the State Department? Hillary Clinton. I'm an American citizen with a f***ing American passport. I'm sorry. I'm not wanted in America. I've got no crimes in America. Is it not a reason to say, I don't think I'm going to vote for you?
And yet you're here now.
For a month and a half, I was on the run. The reason that the government wanted to collect me was that after they had raided my property in 2012 in the jungle, shot my dog, abused me, destroyed $500,000 worth of my property over a bogus charge, I was pissed off. And so I donated to many secretaries within the government laptop computers, really nice ones that were preloaded with viral spyware. Within a week, the entire government computer system was under my control. I was watching, monitoring, listening. I was looking for information that they had set me up for that raid. I didn't find that. I did find out that the Minister of National Defense was the largest drug trafficker in all of Central America.
You may not remember it, but remember how every computer came with McAfee protection? That's the creator of it. He gave a warning that should anything happen to him, he was not having thoughts of self-deletion. Okay? Okay, just remember that. That if anything were to happen to him, he never had thoughts of self-deletion.
Yeah, for that raid. I didn't find that. I did find out that the Minister of National Defense was the largest drug trafficker in all of Central America. And the Minister of Immigration, the largest human trafficker.
We don't want to get killed by them either, so we're probably not going to.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. Oh, we don't want to get. Say it again, lady.
By them either, so we're probably not going to.
Trafficker.
We don't want to get killed by them either, so we're probably not going to.
That's fine. That's fine. What?
Hey, listen, folks, listen. We live in an upside down world, and yes, I do see the Adult Swim logo there at the bottom, but trust me, folks, sometimes humor is what saves the day. And truth is stranger than fiction. Don't worry, we'll get to Trump. But yes, I played as only the one segment of All Lies Will Be Exposed. But in 2024, this great revelation was ushered in by Cat Williams. And perhaps maybe God and the host of heaven was on his side on that day and said, let all the poison in the mud hatch out. And if you know what I'm referencing, I love you.
It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
I need to have another one of these.
Amen, amen.
Gee. I kind of getting on here.
Right.
After that, I don't really kind of know where to go. Let me one more time.
Now, look, the unfortunate consequence from this is that, look, say he got a lot of blowback from a lot of his friends when he brought Cat Williams on. And I think Cat Williams went on record saying, like, hey, you bring me on here, you're going to catch some smoke. Regardless of which, this interview is a blessing.
Right.
We good now?
Because the people want to know, why would he get blackballed?
Yeah,
because in 30 years, I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing,
you will tell it.
No, somebody come to tell me.
Okay.
I gather that. I value that. I'll pay for that. Come, tell me. I know so many things I shouldn't know, and they all know it.
Mm-hmm. And as we all knew what was going to happen,
all lies will be exposed.
And they were. So let's now return it to the commanding seat, to our commanding officer, to the person who sits upon the golden throne in the White House. You know him, you love him. Our president, President Donald Trump. Now, I want to read this very clearly because some of you may not be able to hear because the audio is not that good, but I didn't see it myself with regards to the Trump and the Epstein files. I didn't see it myself, but I was told by some very important people that not only does it absolve me, it's the opposite of what people were hoping, the radical left. See, Trump, that's your main problem. You surround yourself with a lot of yes men. And that's why I love my viewing audience. I'm so glad because other YouTube content creators got people who are like sycophants. Be like, oh, I listened to your words. Oh. My audience will bust my balls and tell me to F off sometimes. That's what I love. You got to surround yourself with people who be like, dude, you're doing a no bueno. He goes on to say that came loud and clear, so we'll probably have to sue Wolf on that, maybe the Epstein estate, I guess. Because when all else fails, this country relies on lawsuits. Let me tell you something about lawsuits here, folks. There is no winner and loser. It's how the law is interpreted. How it's interpreted, how it's worded. One side might win one day, the other side, an interpretation might win the other way. As far as I'm concerned, this is how this country is going to end. Not with barbarians at the gate, but constant lawsuits. It'll crack. Because how can anyone trust the law when we're ruled over by sycophants and people who will protect people like Epstein? Why respect the law and authority when this is what our system is designed to protect? Not you, the voter, but scumbags, the rich, the elite. All that time, as things got progressively worse. And did we never not wonder why they were getting worse? It's how it's designed to protect those who give nothing or who don't give a damn about us. Okay, Trump, take it away, baby. The floor is yours.
Mr. President, what did you think of the latest release of Epstein files, and do you think your critics will be satisfied with?
Well, they should be, because it looked like this guy Wolf was a writer, was conspiring with Epstein to do harm to me. And I didn't see it myself, but I was told by some very important people that not only does it absolve me, it's the opposite of what people were hoping, the radical left. That Wolf was a third-rate writer, was conspiring with Jeffrey Epstein to hurt me, politically or otherwise. And that came through loud and clear. So we'll probably sue Wolf on that. And maybe the Epstein estate, I guess. I don't know, but we're going to certainly sue them.
You want to sue the Epstein estate?
Well, you may, I guess so, because he was conspiring with Wolf to do harm to me politically. That's not a friend.
I mean, my God. Listen, I'm sorry. Trump, I mean, you sound like the latte drinking liberals, Lawsuit, lawsuit, lawsuit. This is how this country's going to go under because of lawsuits. The dumbest waste of time ever. Huge waste of time. Pointless waste of time. And it will be a waste. It will be a waste because what? We're supposed to be distracted because you filed a lawsuit? A lawsuit against who? What? I mean, people wanted to know. You ran a campaign talking about transparency. Releasing the Epstein. Hell, I mean, you had Dan Bongino, Dan Bongino. He made his bones on the Epstein files. And he's coming back tomorrow to do his show. Who could believe that? But, we had a lot of people saying as soon as the Epstein files were dropped, we're going to look like we're going to be attacking Iran. Because, hey, listen. If there's a war or bombing on Iran, I just want to let Trump and the administration know, and all those people in the Epstein files, just like with Minnesota and the distraction there with the Somali fraud, Don Lemon getting arrested, people getting shot in the street, ICE detaining people. Those Epstein files will still be waiting for you when you come home. I mean, you had a lot of big distractions that would distract people theoretically, in theory. Back in the day, these distractions would have worked. But this Epstein story ain't dying on the vine. It ain't going away. It's not disappearing. What's happening? And again, this is the Trump administration. You ran on transparency. You have to run on full transparency, right? But again, District Attorney Assistant Blanche says the DOJ unable to investigate tips about Trump's involvement with Epstein. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why can't we investigate it? Why can't we look into it? Is it a conflict of interest? Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche said Sunday that federal investigators are unable to investigate various tips the FBI received about President Trump's alleged involvement with Jeffrey Epstein. Blanche told host Dana Bash on CNN State of the Union that some tips were anonymous and relied on secondhand information, which he said is not something that can be really investigated. And As nearly 3.5 million additional documents relating to the late convicted offender, the Department of Justice, DOJ, released on Friday all allegations about Trump, Epstein, the FBI received as tips through its National Threat Operations Center. Emails between the DOJ staffers show that tips were compiled as information from Trump accusers in August. Parts of the document show the FBI contacted many, but not all of the internal callers, with some tipsters not leaving their information. But as of Sunday morning, the list of tips regarding the president was no longer available on the DOJ's publicly available database. The Hill has reached out to the DOJ for comment. Blanche said Sunday that the index of tips also included allegations regarding other politicians and famous individuals. A search of the DOJ's database for Trump's results in more than 1,800 results with some references to the president, articles that Epstein sent or received. There are all kinds of people that are mentioned in the, quote, Epstein files that we had to look at. Well, is there going to be any kind of investigation? Are we going to see these names? Because look at this right here. Rockstar Games president Sam Houston, former GTA lead producer Leslie Benzel are mentioned in the newly released Epstein files. Was every MFer on that damn island? We're never getting Grand Theft Auto 6. No, we're not. Just so you guys can see it right there. Boom. Everybody's involved. If they're rich and famous, you better believe that Epstein had them, knew them, associated with them, gravitated towards them. I mean, he always had his hand in everyone's cookie jar. Jeffrey Epstein discussed microtransactions in Call of Duty with the former CEO activist Bobby Kotick in May 2013. Look, X Prize is a good idea, but the key is real-world rewards. Learn to read, earn cell phone minutes, iPhone credits, virtual items, and games. Look at that. Boom. Critique. I'm meeting with Joe Klein on Monday. Any entertainment games that you like already out there, play Medal of Honor or Call of Duty, and you will learn war history. Here's what I've been thinking. Video games are already great at teaching. If they don't assess your level and put an appropriate challenge right in front of you, the game fails. Challenge too hard and you get frustrated and quit playing. Too easy and the game is no fun. This is exactly what a good teacher or tutor would do. Fundamentally, the thing that works is a 1-to-1 student-teacher ratio. Oh, God. Even if you have a shiny teacher or tutor, you will learn a lot because that person gets to know you and challenges you at your level. That doesn't scale, but computers do. So we have to use computers to replace teachers, or at least augment them. Today's video games don't try to teach stuff we care about, well, except for shooting bad guys. The best scheme I've come up with so far is to use X Prize or something like that to co-opt the existing video game industry. Give out a prize to the game that comes up with the best way of teaching kids anything from a normal school curriculum. Let them pick whatever they want to teach, any grade level, and just incorporate it into their product. That's the way to get most brains and most users for the least money. You want to skip convincing educators and parents about this stuff and just go straight for the kids. Horrible choice of words there. Go straight for the kids. Go straight for the kids. Because what could go wrong? And yet here's our sitting president talking about, yeah, all it was just a way to blackmail me or get me in trouble. You knew the guy. But speaking of the guy, Jeffrey Epstein, in a media training session with Steve Bannon, rehearsing on how to sell the idea that his fortune from child trafficking and elite clients was not dirty money. He repeatedly points to claims that he sent money for polio vaccines to children in Pakistan. Okay. Hey, Epstein, how you doing, buddy?
Is your money dirty money?
If you live
I just asked a question. Is your money dirty money?
No, it's not. So, in fact,
why is it?
Is your money dirty money?
It's not dirty money.
Because I earned it.
But you earned it.
I earned it legally.
We went back to this before. You earned it. You earned it advising the worst people in the world, right? That do enormous bad things, and just to make more money.
So, instead of asking me the question, should you take the money? Because I think it's a legitimate question.
Do you think it's a legitimate question?
Yes, no
Why?
question. Because I think ethics is always a complicated subject, but I can tell you that with the money I gave to help try to eradicate polio in Pakistan and India, instead of asking me whether that money should be given to these children for vaccines, I think you might want to ask their mothers who received the vaccine, who know their child now won't get polio, and ask them if Epstein should have helped these people.
If we
with their
walked in,
money.
if we walked
That's
in, you're
is
a
that a fair
mathematician.
question?
You're a mathematician. If we walked into that clinic where they're giving that money out to these people that are.
And people are asking this question. Just so you know, the content is real. Steve Bannon filmed roughly 15 hours of conversations with Jeffrey Epstein in 2019 at Epstein's Manhattan townhouse. Now, what was the fundamental purpose of it? Well, the sessions were to act as a documentary or media makeover, essentially. But the nature of footage reports of this sessions as Bannon speaking with Epstein. Now, folks, we'll see. But it's resurfacing now. All of it's resurfacing now.
The most dire straits of poverty and sickness, and told them that the money was coming from a, what are you, class 3 sexual predator?
Tier 1.
Was tier 1's the highest and worst?
No,
I'm the lowest.
I'm the lowest.
You're the lowest. Okay, tier 1, you're the lowest. But a criminal.
Yes.
That the money came from them. What percentage of people do you estimate? I understand you don't like probabilities. Do you estimate would say, I don't care, I want the money for my children?
I would say everyone said, I want the money for my children.
Did they know where the money came from?
If I think if you told them,
if
I told them the
100%.
devil
himself.
The devil himself said, I'm going to exchange some dollars for your child's life.
Do you think you're the devil himself?
No, but I do have a good mirror.
It's a serious question.
Sorry.
Do you think you're the devil himself?
I don't know. Why would you say that?
And before anyone says anything, because I've been seeing this on social media too. Oh, if we only voted Democrat, we wouldn't have Trump in the White House. It's coming from some of those Kamala fans. Hey, let's have a speculative vote here. All right. Let's say if Kamala or if Biden didn't have his full-blown brain meltdown on social media, do you think we would have the Epstein files released? Type 1 for yes, Kit. It would be full transparency, man. We'd do it. A type 2, Kit, Jesus Christ. I don't think so, because the Democrats had 4 years to release those files too. I mean, if the Democrats really wanted to do damage to Donald Trump, I mean, they could have released those files. They had 4 years, 2021, 2024. I mean, they had the years. They could have done it, but they didn't. And why? Because it would hurt some of their donors. Some of those actors and musicians and politicians and rich folk donate to Democrats. And you can't have that. That's bad for business. In the business, we call that no bueno. In the business, we say that ain't happening. In the business, we say, nope, nope, nope. Because who else is on the list? I mean, we got some high-profile people here. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about who else is on the list. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. There's several pictures of the Mountbatten Windsor cache of files released on Friday, appearing to show how he gave Epstein and Maxwell access to British high society. Look at that. He's in high society. High society, in British high society with the royal elite. You got Bill Clinton, president of, get this, the United States of America. You got Peter Mandelson. Look at that. Mandelson was recently sacked as UK's ambassador to the US after details about his friendship with Epstein emerged. He's pictured looking on as Epstein blows out candles on a large birthday cake. Although the image was part of a cache of documents release that has been published before. There he is. I mean, look at this. You had Michael Jackson. I'm already kind of spooked out by this picture. Mick Jagger, 82-year-old singer of the Rolling Stones. Picture was horn dog Bill Clinton and an unidentified woman. You got Kevin Spacey. Oh, God, Kevin Spacey. And so much more. But I want to play this right here.
I have spent the last 17 years in my own prison for what she, Jeffrey, and all the co-conspirators did to me. I was raped repeatedly. I was raped 3 times a day sometimes. And I was not the only girl on that island. There was a constant stream of girls being raped over and over and over again. And yes, Ghislaine must die in prison because I've been in hell and back for the last 17 years.
And 27 for me.
I was 10 years old when Liz Stein was being trafficked. I was 10. That is how long the sex trafficking ring has been going on.
Just a reminder, at least as it stands with the reports from the victims, they have went on to state that Miss Maxwell, Ghislaine Maxwell, is far more worse, far more abusive, far more threatening, far more harsher than Epstein was. I'm going to let you guys on a little hint about evil. Women can be evil too, you know. And there are women who've gone to bat to protect rich and powerful men and the lengths that they will go to protect that power. And Miss Maxwell's no different.
Has the Justice Department fully complied with the law, Congressman?
No, they haven't. They've released, at best, half the documents. But even those shock the conscience of this country. I mean, you have some of the most wealthy individuals, tech leaders, finance leaders, politicians, all implicated in some way, having emails about wanting to go to Epstein's island, knowing that Epstein was a pedophile. It's frankly one of the largest scandals, in my view, in our country's history, and there is a demand for elite accountability. But the survivors' lawyers that I've talked to have said that the survivors are still upset. They're upset that many of their names accidentally came out without redactions, and they want to make sure the rest of the files come out.
Has the Justice Department...
So more and more videos are actually being released. More and more files are being released. More people are talking about this. I mean, let's be clear about what the Epstein files represent. They represent the latest in how disgusting our system is. And look, Ro Khanna, Thomas Massey, again, a broken clock can be right twice a day. I'm, again, no fans of politicians here on this channel. But at least we are seeing some kind of courage taking place, some action being done, initiatives being set up so that finally these villains can be exposed. Now, many of these villains, many of these politicians, many of these musicians are deemed untouchable, or they view themselves as untouchable. But we cannot forget it. Everyone that's on that list, every name that's there. I'm sorry, rich folk, that your feelings are getting hurt or you're getting dragged on the internet or people are calling you scumbags. You were around the gravity and orbit of one Jeffrey Epstein. No politician who's on that list should be deserved or get any form of respect. No musician who's on that list, guy or gal, should be viewed with respect. No actor or actress director, no video game designer, no podcaster, no influencer who was in the orbit of Jeffrey Epstein, associated or had direct communication, should be viewed with any form of respect. Now, why do I say this? It's because you're part of that high society in the ivory tower. Why should we not look at you with a side eye? And you can laugh, joke, and giggle. Well, I didn't know this. Listen, TVs and movies and books don't do you any favors, because we all know the rich people, you entertainers, you politicians, you professional pretenders, have people, handlers, people who take care of you. You have to know. You have to know the game of the people who are in the room with you. Know the temperature of the people in the room with you. This isn't just, oh, la-di-da-di-da, I walked in a room and everyone's fine. No. You hear things. You find out things. You talk about things. How do you not know? How do you not know? Everyone talks because everyone knew about Epstein. Everyone knew about the Diddy parties. Come on. Don't be stupid here with us. So by that proxy, guilt by direct association, what'd you know about Epstein? Everything should be revealed. You knew and were associated with him. So stop with this hero worshiping. Stop with this great deserve of praise of, oh, I can't believe it. My favorite person sold, so it's not true. Well, maybe it's not true, but they were with him. They knew him. They associated with him. You know, when Ricky Gervais did his ultimate takedown of all the people at the Grammys. I believe not the Grammys. Sorry, whatever it was, whatever award show that was, because all these award shows are nothing but a circle jerk, anyways. He was saying like nobody cares, nobody respects you. You all knew, and you all are sick people. And he was right. He was right. So just come out and be clear with us. Have some dignity or honesty, because it's all going to reach the light of day. There's been numerous attempts, big newsworthy events, trying to get everyone to be distracted from the story, to be dismissal of the story, not pay attention to it. Well, guess what? Everyone's paying attention to it. The crisis in Minnesota, well, guess what? Trump probably put all his eggs in one basket, and Epstein still rose from the dead. War with Iran, and Epstein still rose from the dead. No matter what you do, the Epstein files will be waiting right at home, looking at you. So you get no respect. Never forget that there were Democrat lawmakers and people in corporate media that were saying that the Epstein files were fake, that they were a waste of time and distraction. Now, of course, you're seeing a lot of latte drinking liberals saying, oh, no, it's perfectly fine. I want to pull this up here, too. You know this scumbag right here? Didn't he say that Epstein was based? Good old Nick Fuentes. Epstein was based. I already feel scummy looking at him already. I mean, didn't he say that? Nick Fuentes? I mean, my God. Oh, okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Who did this? Who did this? Come forward. Who did this? Come forward right now. Come before me right now. Who did this? Who did this? Who did? Go to the White House counselor. I mean, my God. Come on. Who did that? Who did that? That's not cool. That's not funny. That's not funny at all. But how else should we look at this entire story? Jay-Z and other famous musicians and actors and actresses, you know, the people who we look to, the people who we trust. I mean, the real truth is, I do hope there's some justice, but I'm reminded of a season that was pure gold, that unfortunately there's no conclusion to. I mean, I really hope that it'll actually get the proper real season 2 from it. But remember True Detective season 1? Remember that one? And the story behind it? And the downright depravity there? And at the end, I mean, yes, there might have been some justice delivered, but really none. I think we're at that point. Ideally, I would love to see these scumbag monsters be put behind bars or face off against an industrial wood chipper. This whole country yelling out in one voice saying that evil must be opposed. That's my favorite line from Deep Space Nine. Evil must be opposed. Evil must be opposed. But unfortunately, we live in a system where we have a court system. Lawsuit, lawsuit, lawsuit. There really isn't any real justice. I mean, look. Remember when Bernie Madoff was caught? What did he do that was so different that shocked the FBI and a lot of other people? He was the defense, but he didn't really fight back. He admitted guilt. He was like, yeah, guilty. But right there. Now you're saying, well, Kit, that has nothing related to that. I mean, what are you getting at? I mean, Bernie Madoff and this whole thing surrounding Jeffrey Epstein are two different things. And in theory, you're right. But Bernie Madoff said, hey, I'm guilty. Everyone kind of expected him to push back, fight back. But why? I mean, the evidence was abundantly clear. He was guilty, so guilty. Even he knew it. He admitted his guilt and, well, one could say justice was served, and he died behind bars, family disgraced, everything. But the victims, did they get their money back? Not really. And in truth, what year did that happen? 2008, the economic collapse. The media needed a sacrificial lamb. The establishment needed a sacrificial lamb. The people who caused the big economic collapse are still walking around. Remember what Obama said? Forward, not backwards. I want to say that the only real justice we're going to get is not these people serving time behind bars, but that their names will forever be tarnished. That whatever respect and clout they have will evaporate. But there's a lot of dumb people out there. But we can hope with enough pressure, and as more evidence comes clear, and God willing, if we're able to get the rest of the documentation out there showing these same scumbag people partaking in the same criminality that Epstein was doing, then good. All right, we're exposing evil. But it's going to require something else. The American people. Now, I know we got our differences. Generational, culturally, religion, politics. But if we don't put that aside, do a timeout, a legit timeout for 1 minute, and realize that the reason why things are bad is because we have a system and a media and an entertainment system that benefited, profited off of, and protected a human trafficker, nothing's going to change. We've been ruled over by something that is absolute evil, absolute terror, absolutely inhumane. This is no joke. And so when I speak, I hope everyone listens to it. Your neighbor and friend is not your enemy. Your family member at Thanksgiving is not your enemy. What is being exposed to us now in the Epstein files, that's the real enemy. Because that's happening right now as we speak. There are people who are like Epstein waiting in wings, or either that establishing or recreating what he built. This is true evil. And if we're going to have a better future, we have to be better ourselves and be the keen-eyed eagles and not rely on the media to tell us that's okay to sleep, or rely on a politician to tell us that they got it from here. Going forward, it can't be that way. Vigilance is always key. For if we continue to be indifferent, that evil, like any infestation, will continue to grow. Oh, and thank you, Patrick. Yep, we're all living in illusion. Please clip this speech. Well, I only could do so much because I have some work to do myself, my lovelies, my mornings, my sunshines. But what's the bigger takeaway? Let's look at this even going further. Just want to make sure we got all of this. There's a lot of corruption. There's a lot of abuse. It's one big evil cabal. And when we look at how people are being treated, or how this justice system goes after others, but not those in the 1%, it tells you that the system is two-tier. So we've been given the warnings. We've been given the heads up. We've been shown who our celebrities are, who our musicians are, who our people who we look up to are. I mean, let's get some real action being done here. Let's actually hold these people's feet to the fire. You know, and let's not forget a lot of these MAGA people too. I almost forgot about the MAGA people, okay? I almost forgot about you people. And I do mean the MAGA influencers. Matt Walsh! What are you doing here? Matt Walsh, Matt Walsh, Matt Walsh. I'm still going through the Epstein files to discuss on the show tomorrow. Some people are arguing that the nonsense of the files, Epstein tips called in for anonymous schizophrenics, etc., means that the documents never should have been released at all. I understand that argument, but totally disagree with it, which is why I've called for release for years. The fact is that conspiracy theorists were right. Your boy Trump, right? There is a powerful network of evil, degenerate, incestuous elites whose behavior, even when it is not criminal, though it is often criminal, is nevertheless disgusting and depraved. For years, they have enjoyed far more privacy than they've ever granted us. They deserve to be exposed, even with whatever unintended consequences may accompany it. You know your boy Trump is in there, right? I don't see any other option. In a post-COVID world, trust in our institutions and elites who run them is non-existent. What? These are the people who locked us in our homes and lied to us about the reason. They lied about George Floyd. Listen, George Floyd is dead. You want to know who ain't dead? The Epstein files. They spent years claiming it's the best way to treat gender confusion. This is nothing. No. You can't use SJW tactics, boy. What's wrong with you? Oh, we cannot have all these identity politics. Hey, listen, Trump's in there. By the way, I also want to point out something else here too. Mandatory question. And I think my friends that do dissidents, guys, Keaton, Russell, we got to check in on this guy. Is he okay? Michael Tracy. And tweeted in a couple of days by now. I know he was a critic. Michael, where are you? It's me, Sarah P. Why are you laughing? Why is everyone laughing? Black Unicorn, or Black Unigriffon. Yeah, he hasn't been saying shite for days. I hope he's okay. All right. I hope he's okay. Let's see. I hope he's okay, everybody. Michael Tracy, where are you at, buddy? Let us know how you are. We're worried about you. We're worried about you, buddy. We miss you. I thought you were going to say something very important about the Epstein files. I mean, you should, right? I mean, we can't forget that. Don't think I forgot about you. Ever. Never in a million years. I want to give a shout out to Russell Dubar, who wrote this right here. Hold on. Good friend of the show. Day 3 of radio silence from Michael Tracy. Seems like only yesterday that he and fellow disgraced former journalist Matt Taibbi proudly announced their joint PDF protection series, in which they promised to go after real criminals in this story, Epstein's accusers and reporters that have covered them. Do they scratch it or throw the remaining scraps of their reputations on the dumpster fire that is their Substack? Seems like a job for crazy Walter Kern. If you can't come up with a batshite rant about how everyone behind this release is a treasonous trans, that should be a summary executed by ICE. Nobody can. But nonetheless, this is absolutely evil. You know, it's hilarious to see these scumbag people being exposed in real time. It's good to see everyone right now eating the crow. And I think there was one other person who I wanted to call out. Yes, one other person. A fellow Chicagoan. No, not Nick Fuentes. No, not him. Not that guy. Not that guy. Tim Pool, who says that I am the boot. Yo, these emails are effing wild. Say it ain't so. Tim, are you saying that the emails are wild? Why are the emails wild, buddy? Oh, my goodness. It's all being exposed in real time, as it should be. Everyone's being exposed. If you went to bat for this administration and choose to ignore Trump and his involvement, you're living in an alternate universe. They're all being shown, and we're only scratching the surface. More is going to be revealed in due time. It will all unfold. As my grandfather once said, everything will unfold itself. All lies will be exposed, and the fallout is only beginning. More people are going to be called out. More evidence is going to be shared. But in the truth, we need the names of the men and women who partook in the illegal activities conducted with Epstein on his island and what people knew. So if you're a rich person right now, a celebrity in your fancy ivory tower, in your mansion, somewhere on an island, I know you're scared. It's because somewhere in your gut, even if you never partook, but you knew, people will know that you don't have any courage at all. And the reason why you're eating good food, drinking fine wine, and sleeping comfortably is because you embraced evil and you never exposed it because you're a coward. That's the watchword for the day. All these people on the Epstein files are cowards. What? You think they deserve a better name? And if they do, no such thing as a wrong answer, folks. Be creative in the comment section below. That being said, I told you we were going to have a fun show. I told you this was going to be a good one. And we had a lot of people tuning in, too. We have about 300 plus people watching us on YouTube. 103 people watching us on Rumble in the Jungle. We have about 20 people watching us here on Kick. Shout out to my Kick people. And, of course, shout out to my X people as well. And surprisingly, I have been paying attention to the numbers, but we are at 296 followers on Kick. Good stuff here on Kick. Good to see everybody here on Kick. All right. I think we got ourselves a good thing here, too. By the way, I want to acknowledge. Follow Cortex Creations on Instagram. He's doing some good stuff there. Good work on all the good stuff here. So we're going to be ending this segment here with a couple of notes. Want to make sure I get this all set up. First of all, if you want to help out Hard Lens Media, check us out. Check us out on our Linktree, Peachtree. I also got an announcement as well. Here's our Linktree, Peachtree. Here you go. Check us out. Linktree, Peachtree, Link, YouTube, X, Rumble, Kick, Patreon, Substack, Discord, Instagram. Also, check us out on Patreon as well. Support us. Keep the show alive by donating and supporting us on Patreon. And if you can, please consider supporting our GoFundMe, especially with our legal fight. All donations are greatly appreciated as we continue to push forward. This has been a very rough nightmare that we have been in, and all donations are greatly appreciated. And please share our GoFundMe on all social media networks. Links to our GoFundMe can be found in the description box below. As always, grateful for the solidarity, love, and hope that we get from this beautiful, wonderful community. Real quick here, there will not be a morning show Monday, but there will be a night writing show in the evening. So, no morning show tomorrow, only an evening show. So, if you are a subscriber to Hard Lens Media, I'll be posting on Discord and on Patreon. There won't be a morning show, and I'll also post it on X as well. So, but there will be an evening show. So, no morning show tomorrow, only an evening one. So, there you go. So, we're going to be night writing with Kit. Night writing with your good friend Kit Kat very soon. So, without further ado, we got music by Jesse Jet. And I think I at least want to end this on a high note, on a good note, okay? And I think we're going to end it with a strong song, okay? A strong song. So everyone that's been supporting, watching Hard Lens Media, please share this video. I'll be sure to try and add in some timestamps here and there. But until then, take good care of yourselves and each other. Drink water. Keep your heads on a swivel. And as always, let's fight for that better future and oppose evil, because evil must be opposed.
And you don't stop, just push through and you don't stop. Broken and bruised, you don't stop. Coughing up fluid, you don't stop. Alright, fresh from the mines that brought you King Midas. Sign of the times, call me Homo detritus. Karma's a beast and its fleas make a plague look childish. Are we home of the brave or the best or the brightest? None of the above, and my answer's as final as one wrong look at one of Brooklyn's finest. Now Barack was a real class act, better walk to the Hague, so stylish. where he can perch on a warlord's throne, made a little known Middle East drone violence. Buddy, they were logging mileage while you and your smartphone were both on silent. Too busy hailing Barack as a well-spoken token that prejudice was dead and America had woken up when all along our bigotry was thriving. In a rising red vitriolic tide so thick that it is binding, like a contract of slavery they gave us in writing. Loophole amendments that lay on their minds and then go into hiding, so they can legislate slaves to a 20-cent wage if they're on the inside. The road isn't long, it is wide, and there's not much winding. They just lead you to a lifetime of small crime, bring you back and put you in a line, doing sweatshop labor for a couple fucking dimes. And you can spend your whole life here being beaten by a staff of steroid gym rat white nationals. Do it all for Nike, buddy, do it for the Capitol, do it for the guards so they'll treat you like an animal. Do it when you're sick or you're sore, cause you have to. Do it so the prison shareholders can roll in their dough and remodel their bathrooms with walk-in showers that might be a little bit bigger than the cell where you spend 20 hours if you're 24, maybe more. They don't count it anymore. They just need you well enough to move a product out the door. They just got a marble countertop and on tile floors. Heated fucking seats on a bidet that you help them afford. But they won't lift a finger if your warden goes overboard, makes your common area an unspoken COVID ward. Lets you intermingle like he hadn't really done before. Now there's a lot of pits dug up in the yard, all numbered, and he still won't tell you what the number's for. But it's gotta be a warning. And probably the kind that you might need thunder for. When the realization strikes, they've been grouping you tight and restricting your time outside. It won't take a genius to link it to all of the coughing that's keeping you up every night. So if you can't abide slaves, I'll state the case plain. A prisoner shares the same rights. And your tax dollars are lining the pockets of those who ensure that the luxuries of medicine and showers are consistently denied. And you can spend 8 years if you're black because you burned up a trash can, but you won't see any time if you rape when you're young and you're white. And in 5 years' time, that white rapist guy gets a job as a guard where he finds a new prey to dehumanize. And it's ingrained as a part of our system of justice so deeply that it's not scrutinized. And if we're talking capital punishment, all of these assholes with bludgeons who call themselves justice could probably be euthanized. Rather than giving them 70 humans to supervise, torture, and brutalize. Sensitivity training can't teach you the value of human life. It's a message that's basic. Our nature has shaped it and culture is born out of breaking it down and then seeing it crucified. I feel like I'm watching every day with exponentially more lucid eyes, till I'm drooling out my cheek and down my side, and my eyes are the dullest shade of overdose white. When just a dose of reality hits like an overdose might. It's a gross mentality that keeps this country going. Makes you wonder why we're keeping it alive. And we don't stop. Just push through and you don't stop. Coughing up fluid, you don't stop. Guards gang rape you and you don't stop. They take your commissary, you don't stop. Your mother's being buried, you don't stop. When nothing is forgiven, you don't stop. When life's not living, you don't stop. You just push through and you don't stop. Coughing up fluid, you don't stop. God's gang rape you and you don't stop. Broken out throws, you don't stop. They take your commissary, you don't stop. Your mother's being buried, you don't stop. When nothing is forgiven, you don't stop. When life's not living, you don't stop. You just push through, you don't stop. Coughing up fluid, you don't stop.